Alright, welcome to Low Bricks. Low Bricks Live, of course. We are live in the flesh. I'm glad you guys are joining in. Today we have got a little bit of a kind of a short live stream. Not about an hour and a half, but we'll see how this goes. But first I'm going to show you Mos Pelgo, and then we're just going to get straight into some dune flattening. We're going to flatten out the dunes, as if you saw the last week's episode, that's what we were doing. So we're going to flatten those out. But let's start off over here in Mos Pelgo. As you can see, we are going to eventually get to the Krayt Dragon. But as of right now, we've got these sand troopers walking towards the Krayt Dragon fight, and they're going to get some assistance from the villagers. We've got various villagers. As you can see, that's just a little Anakin torso from probably 2005, and a very weird head from just some woman. But anyway, they're just random villagers because we don't have any sets or minifigures from that, so we're just kind of make do with what we got. But anyway, here's Mos Pelgo as it stands. But I think we should just get into some building, because that is what you guys came here to see. That is what it's all about. So I'm going to move you guys into position here. And let's get into this. There we go. Let me get the chat up so I can see what we got going on. Sorry. I gotta get logged in here, and then we will move straight into building. Alright, I got the chat up, I think. Alyssa, what's up? Obamacare, yo, I'm so excited. Good to hear. I'm a struggling addict with 2 sons. Oh, jeez. I can't see the chat very well. 1 second. Give me a second. Leaky Trooper here moderating. All right, cool. Hey, what's up, Leaky? Thank you for moderating as always. And then Global Laugh Play says, I suggest adding twin sons from the New Hope. I don't know how we do that, because that might be very difficult to add in, because that's like a kind of like an atmosphere sort of thing, right? So we'd have to like kind of build like a wall of Legos and a kind of sort of thing going on there. But anyway, let's get into this dune. So we're just trying to flatten it out a little bit, because I know, like, it's interesting you say that, because Tatooine does have 2 sons, right? But I don't know, like, what would be a good and interesting way to execute that? I wonder if there's any other videos or YouTubers that have done something similar like that, because if you think about it, like, you could technically build it up, but it's like, it's kind of it's kind of hard to get that background texture in there in a good way where it doesn't look weird and it doesn't look unnatural. It kind of just looks normal, if you will. And I hope the quality's better for you guys today. I'm trying my best to make it less horrible to watch, which, I mean, is always good, always nice.
Obamacare wanted to see the live Krayt. This, of course, is the dead Krayt Dragon.
Did he? Is that what he said?
Yep. Leaky here.
Oh, really? Andrew said that if we took pictures, we could use 2 different light sources to simulate it. Hello, what's up, Will? Good to see you joining us. You know, honestly, Andrew, that's an interesting idea. Do you think we could do something like that? I don't know how we'd move that around to the conventions and whatnot. That would be interesting, to say the least. We could give it a good try. You know how that would go. That would probably go horribly. You know, over here on Low Bricks, we don't have the greatest production value, or the greatest production quality, if you will. So, knowing us, we'd probably catch everything on fire if we tried to do something along the lines of that. So that's interesting. You could try.
Christmas is coming. I was going to get a Polaroid, one of those Polaroid cameras,
Really? For low bricks? I guess anything's better than what we're rocking right now. I apologize for the quality, guys. I wish it could be better, but we are trying our best. So as you can see, I'm just kind of struggling. This is a lot more difficult than what I was expecting. And it's interesting because if you look, like, sand is something very difficult to create out of Legos because it's more of like it's more of like a fluid than like a solid. I know that sounds pretty crazy, but it's more of a fluid than a solid, and it kind of blows around in the wind and whatnot. So it's interesting when you try to recreate it out of Legos, because Legos are very blocky, and as you can see, we've definitely struggled in the past to make something look good. That's why I'm trying to just get a baseline down of making some hills. And there's actually something I do want to show you that one of our fans made for us. I know, it's ridiculous. A fan sent something in. I'll show it. I'll go grab it real quick and I'll show you guys. 1 second. After I'm done building this dune. Actually, Leaky will get it. Yeah, Leaky, could you get the MOC our fan made? I wanted to show you guys this because this is very interesting and kind of relates to what we're doing right now.
Hey guys, Leaky here. If you guys remember in last week's live track, we had Luke the Nuke. He was the guy that got booted out of the chat for saying inappropriate things. Well, he sent us this in apology.
Yeah, look.
It's a World War II scene. I don't know if you can see it.
So yeah, look at this. Look at the way he did these hills. I think it's very interesting because it's not that flat and it's very similar to what we did, and I kind of want to do something similar to this, but have it a little more smooth. I like all the texturing and details, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Luke the Nuke. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It was built on an old city base plate too.
Thanks, Luke the Nuke.
That was chopped in half. Yeah, thanks for sending that to us. We're going to
give Luke the Nuke a special Lobrix gift.
Oh yeah, a special Lobrix gift.
Assistant, you forgot. Everyone in the chat room are known as Bricklings. That
Bricklings
was established last week.
Isn't that a set or a site, or you buy the
No, we had Bot Scrub, who's one of our
where's Bot Scrub?
He's not on tonight, but Bot Scrub did the research. There is no.
He did the research.
There are no other Bricklings out there.
He dug deep into Lego fandom.
Special thanks to Bot Scrub and Captain Thorn for doing the research on that one.
And Leaky, did you see what Andrew, I think it was Parmer, said about the lights?
Well, ever so often, you guys will notice, especially when I was building the dead Krayt Dragon, you'll see two lights shining. I often pretended that was not actually bad lighting, but the two sons of Tatooine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But I think what he was talking about
he was
the
talking
Luke
about
scene staring up at the two suns.
Yeah, he was saying you could simulate it with two lights, or simulate it.
Which means we'd have to do the homestead, the Lars homestead.
Which we're not doing.
We don't have enough room. We want to do the Sarlacc Pit Krayt Dragon. We want to do Jabba's Palace, and we're just out of room.
Yeah, we are. We're completely running out of space here. It's kind of ridiculous. Do we've got any more chats? I can't see. I gotta get some way of seeing the chats up. I've got an iPad over here. I've got an iPad over here, and I want to see if I can see.
There's no new chat.
Is there? Oh, he says, yeah, I hope I added Boba and the other falling in. Yeah, honestly, we're going to be... So, I don't want to spoil the new Mandalorian episode, but... What the heck? How are we supposed to... What? Like, they just keep throwing us curveballs here. I don't know what they expect us to do when we're trying to recreate these things out of Lego. Come on.
We just bought...
No, there's no spoilers. Let's just try to...
No, I mean the Razocrest.
Yeah, the poor Razocrest. Don't listen to what... Turn it off now, but if you haven't seen the episode, or if you even care. But that poor Razocrest. Oh, the poor Razorcrest. They completely. I guess they don't need it anymore. He didn't even seem to care either. He was just like, you know, he didn't seem to give a flying crap. That's interesting because, like, Leaky, you watched the episode, right? You watched the full thing.
I did.
Now, with trying to withhold as much information here, trying not to spoil it, did you think that the final moments of that episode were kind of weird? One of my friends pointed this out to me. He said that, he's like, it kind of was rushed. Because if it was drawn out a little more, if it was drawn out in a better way, like there was a kind of a bigger fight battle between them, it would have been better. Like if Mando completely got his crap kicked in.
I agree. So
one of my friends mentioned that to me.
The Mando review, and again, we're in spoiler territory here for Chapter 14, the tragedy. If you notice, early in the episode, Mandalorian puts his backpack down, which he could have flown up with those, I guess you call them Iron Man Death Troopers, because they had feet rockets. They needed to have a battle where they get their butts kicked. Where
Mando, I mean, just completely, like just gets his crap kicked in.
I don't think they wanted to spoil a future Boba Fett Mandalorian jetpack versus Death Trooper jetpack scene.
Well, it kind of made the scene kind of lame, though. It kind of just made it felt rushed. I was kind of disappointed. Usually Jon Favreau makes some pretty just phenomenal episodes in that show.
And the Don't Poke Your Eye Out kid from Christmas Story, even though I laughed, it was funny. It was a little...
yeah, I mean, for an episode that's serious, I mean, it kind of... It's still a good show. The sound design and everything in that show is just absolutely phenomenal. And Leaky, can we get a audio and visual check? How's that? Is that better?
Looking good.
Or better than last week? I hope so. Nice. As far as you know. That's good to hear. I'm glad. We tried our best because I went back and watched last week's live stream and it was just absolutely unbearable. I honestly thank you if you watched that because that was horrible. Like, you could have watched anything else and you decided to watch that, and I appreciate that. Makes you just one of the OG lowbrickers if you watch that whole thing. Or the Bricklings. The Bricklings, or whatever. Something like that. Sorry, Bot Scrub, if I disrespected you. I don't mean to. You're fantastic. Alright, I'm going to get this iPad set up so I actually can see the chat, because as of right now, I can't. And I'm kind of having a look over here at the stream monitoring setup we got going on and doing all that all at once.
There's not a lot of activity in the chat right now, so you're good.
Alright. I don't know how to look at the chat.
You keep building, I'll take care of the chat.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you know. I'll yell
cool. You'll yell out stuff? Yep. Good to know.
Leaky's on the case.
Okay. Whatever you say, big man. So, I don't know if this might be off. No, it's not. Okay, it's not off. It's not off the, off quite yet. But we're starting to, because I want to get some more tile mixtures in there. Slowly building over. And I apologize. Usually you see speed builds, but this is raw, unedited footage of just what we go through here on Low Bricks. And I wanted to make this because Leaky, you did a pretty good job. But I wanted to. I don't want like more than like a 2 tile difference, and even that's kind of pushing it for these sand dunes because, like I said, sand's more of like a kind of a fluid. Andrew said, there's only about 7 of us here, I believe. Yep, there is only 7 of you guys. Current stream is 7. And the chat rate... Bot Scrub, what's up? Thanks for you to join us. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's only about a couple of you guys here, and I appreciate you guys joining in. If you've been paying attention to how many views we've been getting, we've honestly seen a massive uptick, and I really appreciate that. That gives us a lot of motivation to keep making these, and shows that you guys actually like these and are watching them. So I appreciate that. and we are definitely going to keep making videos. And if you guys are planning to go to Brickworld, we will be there. We will definitely be there. We're new to the whole Brickworld kind of it's more of like a community. It's definitely a daunting thing going there for the first time if you've never been to one of those, especially if you're bringing a MOC, because some of them are absolutely phenomenal at Brickworld, and it's kind of daunting. I'm not gonna lie. It's interesting. I guess we're gonna have to see, but it's interesting how Legos can just make such a massive community like that. It's very interesting. But we're moving along here.
We are going to do a future video, Leaky here, where we apply for Brickworld. It's no sure thing that they let us in.
Oh yeah, I guess there's
a selection criteria, so we might ask our loyal listeners to help us spread the word to Brickworld. Say you want low bricks there.
Salty Nicholas says hi. Hello, Salty Nicholas. I appreciate you for being here. Boss Scrub, as you know, popped in. And we've got Andrew. Andrew, you seem to.
That's Drew.
That's Drew. Okay. Nice. So, you said something like along the lines of earlier that the selection criteria, at least for the Chicago Brickworld, I'm talking to Leaky here.
Bot Scrub wants to know what you're building.
Okay, Bot Scrub, I didn't. If for anyone else that didn't see the beginning, in this episode of Low Bricks Live, we're flattening out the dunes because, as you know, they look a little chunky, as you can see by right here and right here. They're really chunky, and Leaky Trooper tried his best, but you just don't. Once you're getting the big stuff done, it kind of takes a lot out of you to go through and get all this nitty-gritty detail. So right now I'm kind of tiling up everything and making it a lot smoother. And like I said earlier, I don't really want on these dunes more than like a 2-tile gap down to the next. So as you can see right here, I don't really want this to be more than 2 tiles. So eventually this will be all smoothed out. As you see right here, this is an area I've already done. I did this like earlier on the stream, but I don't really want more than a 2-tile gradient across the whole build, and I think that will really, really improve the whole look of the MOC. And later we actually are going to be going through and adding in some dark tan and some nougat around. Hopefully that will definitely improve the look. I think it will for sure. But anyway, that's what we're up to right now, Bot Scrub. Ethan Poop says nothing much. Oh, the message was deleted, Ethan, so I don't know what you said before that. I apologize. I keep having to lean over to read the chat. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to make you nauseous or anything by my obnoxious leaning. But hopefully nothing looks too horrible right now. And if you missed any of the earlier episodes of Low Bricks, we have a plan set in place for everything that's going to be built. And I'm seeing a absolute large amount of comments asking what the heck's going on over here.
Yeah, so next week, I know you guys might be sick of seeing the plan, but not next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, we're going to show the plan again.
So I was actually just going to go over this area. So as you know, if you watched earlier in the stream, I've made a mistake. That's okay, we'll tile over that. As you know, this area is going to be Moss Pelago, and this is going to be the Krayt Dragon over here. You can see that. You can't quite see that, but this area over here is going to be the Krayt Dragon. And over here, where this iPad is sitting, this is actually going to be Jabba's Palace. And I think that's going to be maybe a little cramped. So I'm not entirely sure if that's going to go through some revisions later on. It might. But that's really up to Leaky and me to go through after this is all done, after all the texturing is all done. and see if that is the best course of action for this MOC. Jabba's Palace, yes, Bot Scrub, you like Jabba's Palace. We might end up. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure what the whole issue is with space. I don't know the extent of how bad it might be, because as you know, we've got Mos Pelgo here, and it might be very difficult to move directly into Jabba's Palace. So we're just gonna have to see. It might be difficult. It might not be. So hopefully we'll be able to keep that, but it might be too cramped. But I'm not sure yet. That's not finalized, so don't quote me on that. That's Adam Scrub. Oh, jeez. Interesting. Well, I love you too, whoever you are. It's a very interesting idea, building a Lego MOC, isn't it? Because you kind of go about it in a way like you're just sitting there and you're just like, man, I really want to build a Lego MOC right now. You don't know, MOC is my own creations. And then you watch all these YouTube videos and you're just like, hey, I could do that. And then you buy a ping pong table on Craigslist, and next thing you know, you're building Tatooine. I don't like that. I'm gonna go grab a brick remover real quick. I'll be back in just a second. But yeah, what I was saying is it's a very interesting process. And if any of you guys want to try it, I definitely recommend it, because it's actually kind of it's interesting, because you start off with just an idea of something you want to build, and it slowly becomes this massive thing that you created. And I think that's honestly something that's very fun about Legos, because I used to play with Legos like a mad lad when I was a child, back in the good old days. And I kind of stopped buying them when I was around, I don't know, like 9 or 10, and I moved into. I'm getting a phone call. I apologize. I moved into other things, but oh, Adam. You don't even remember me. I know who you are, Adam. I just realized by who just called me who you are. What's up, Adam? I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, this is our Lego YouTube channel. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting process. You start off kind of slow, and then you just buy more and more Legos, and next thing you know, you have a Lego YouTube channel, and people like Bot Scrub decide to drop in and stop on by, which is very fun. I appreciate all you guys watching the channel and commenting and whatnot. It's a good time. I appreciate you guys. You guys, pretty cool. What can I say? But anyway, over here in this Dune, we've definitely made an improvement, I think, because it looks a lot less awful. I'm not allowed to say swear words, or Susan will demonetize our entire YouTube channel, and then we won't be able to make any more money. Not that we're making any money to begin with, but hopefully soon. But we can't say any naughty words because we don't want to get in trouble from the higher-ups, you know. Higher-ups at YouTube, they're pretty strict about how they want their website ran. Don't blame them, but also they're kind of controlling sometimes. It's a very interesting dynamic, to say the least. But we always have fun over here on Low Bricks. I'm struggling right now because I don't have one piecers. I only have 2x4 tiles, so I think I've managed to flatten this out a lot more than what it originally was, but it's definitely improved a lot
Wasn't there another minifigure that someone had gifted Lobrix that we need to show? Someone gave us, it made me remember because you were talking about Jabba's palace.
Someone gifted...
He was holding an axe.
Oh, him? Yeah.
Where is he?
I forgot. I honestly forgot who gave this to us. I apologize. One of you guys gave this to us. They sent us it over.
One of the Bricklings.
One of you guys decided you saw Leaky in public and you gave it to him, which is weird.
It was my first fan recognized.
That was weird. It was fun, but it was a weird experience. I don't remember who it was.
I was at Toys R Us buying Legos and...
It wasn't Toys R Us, it was...
Target.
Oh, God, I don't...
But this we will put... The Brickling who sent us this mini, we will definitely put this in Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's Palace, yeah.
Thank you, Brickling.
I apologize, I don't remember who it was. They told us their name, but I don't remember. Chapter 14 was amazing. A bad ace. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of mixed about how Chapter 14 was. It was interesting. I mean, like how it went about doing some of the scenes. I talked about this earlier. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to have two spoiler parts during our live stream, but how they went about some of the scenes I didn't think was the best course of action, but I'm not a filmmaker. It's very difficult and they do a phenomenal job. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but the sound design on that show, it's just phenomenal. Like whoever does their sound design, they need to get a raise. They deserve all the recognition that they get, which is probably not much to begin with, but they just do just a great job. Whoever the sound artists are over there. Honestly, that show, it's interesting because a lot of people think that show is better than some of it from the prequels and the sequels. Which, in my opinion, I feel like it's definitely better than some of the sequels. Especially the second one, or the eighth installment. Was that The Last Jedi? I don't even remember. It was awful.
No, Rise of Skywalker.
No. The eighth one. The one with Luke, when they first showed Luke.
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Really fans who rip on the Last Jedi.
Yeah, The Last Jedi. It was bad. It wasn't great. I didn't like it. Not a lot of people did. Like, you know it's bad when, like, their target demographic of children didn't like it. Like, how do you make something... Like, people will go on YouTube, kids will go on YouTube and watch the weirdest stuff. But they don't like The Last Jedi. I mean, that's kind of a testament to how bad that movie was. Maybe it's my horde mentality a little bit, because I went back and watched it. And I still thought it was horrible, but my gosh, it's just not a good movie. It just wasn't. Well, anyway, we're done over here. Take a look at that. That's real nice. Got it all flattened out there. But that does take a lot of pieces. Like, look at that. We're almost out of these tiles, and we're out of the 2x3s, and we're out of all of the 1x. So we're gonna struggle a little bit to continue, but we will prevail. Andrew said a little bit of a face there. I appreciate that. So, I don't know how I want to go about doing this Krayt Dragon scene, because it's moved. Oh, geez. This is what I'm worried about. It sticks in here in a very, very precise manner. And I kind of want it to dip down a little bit right here, because it kind of... It's a very good build. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a very, very nice build. I think this is one of the best things on the board as of yet. But the dune it's on is not fantastic. Because if you know the scene from the movie... Sorry, you guys couldn't even see that. My apologies. The dune it was on for the movie was a lot more flat. But I don't know how I would... Because this is cut off here. We don't have any bricks right now to produce that out because of last week's episode. But I'm not sure how I want to go about doing that.
Bruce said Last Jedi was a great movie, and it's a hill he's willing to die on.
Oh, really? Well, I disagree with you. Rude. Particularly assistant here. Oh, noted.
Gentleman's debate said the opinions of Lowbrick's employees don't necessarily reflect the opinions of Lowbrick's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. The assistant doesn't matter. Doesn't get a 401k plan. All that. I get it. Whatever. Over here at Lowbrick's. Unfair treatment. Just because I...
Ethan McNeil says you tell them, assistant.
You know what? I've gone away from the microphone because I gotta pick up some more pieces. Apologize. Hope it's not too bad. We've gotta find where if we have any more 1x, but it doesn't look like we do. So I'm just gonna steal one from somewhere else. Right here. That's okay. That's the good thing about having a Tatooine MOC. When you run out of pieces, you can steal it from another part that you're not done with. Where was that? It was right here. Okay, cool. This part is pretty much done. I think this needs to be moved over just a little bit. Right here. Definitely needs to be moved over. Oh, but you can't. See, this is the problem. You gotta be careful. Because you move one part, everything falls apart. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't need anything that big. But anyway, we're going to move into a separate dune. We're going to move over a little bit into this area and start bridging the gap between this dune right here into there and make it more smooth. Because it is, as I was saying earlier, sand isn't like... It's a hard substance to represent in Lego. Because it's less of a solid and more of a kind of like a fluid, if you will. So it's very difficult to show that in Lego form because you kind of have to use a lot of tiles, and that's pretty much how I'm going about it. Just using a absolute butt ton of tiles. That needs to be transferred a little better. And it has to look natural, kind of like it blew to that shape, like it's just like a sand mound, like the wind kind of formed that. And it's interesting because it's very, very difficult to represent things like that in Lego, like wind, things that are blown because it's like a fluid, it's like a wind. And I think I had this idea the other night how I could represent that. And that's because you know how people represent water with like those blue tiles. If you used a bunch of sand, like if you used a bunch of sand, like little tiny, like those dots. I don't know what they're called, like the studs. I'll give you an example here. If you use one of these, a stud, and you use that with a bunch of tan and dark tan, I wonder if you just like basically built a rough outline of bricks of all the sand dunes and just poured that over, would it look good? Obviously that would take a lot of pieces. But I think that's an interesting idea that hopefully one day we could probably try to execute. But let's be honest, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. That would require a lot of resources. An absolute momentous amount of resources. A lot. So we're just moving along here on the dunes. I can't see chat very well, but my moderator left. Can't believe it. Well, anyway, I thank you guys for sticking around this long. I know it can't be that exciting, but we're just moving along on these dunes here. Slowly but surely getting it done. And I hope this makes just all of Tatooine just look, because it's like all that little details. I hope it just makes it look just that little bit better, to the point where, oh geez, I put this in the wrong spot. Just that little bit better, to the point where it just looks just a little more professional, if you will, because we're not that professional.
How can you donate to the channel? And we have to send it to Patreon site.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is Leaky, assistant boss. If he wants that much bricks, we'll either have to rob a bank or get donations from the Bricklings.
Well, okay. So, obviously that's not doable. Like, clearly you can't just put like a bunch of just studs, because that would, even if those were 1 cent a piece, which I don't believe they are. I actually think they're kind of, if you get them in these tubs from the Lego store, I'm sure you could get them for cheaper, but like I don't think they're that cheap on Bricklink. Like how much is a stud on Bricklink? Could you get that information for me, Leaky? I apologize. I will get that information. How much is a stud on Bricklink? That's my question. A tan stud. And I'm guessing, while Leaky's looking that up, I'm guessing you need what? Like at least 100,000 of them. Like that's like kind of a ballpark estimate. Even that I don't think would be enough. At least to do. Zero costs. Well, it's probably
1 cent. 0.001 cent. You have to order them in.
So 10. So 10 is a penny, right?
100 is a penny.
100 is a penny.
Yeah.
So we'd at least probably need.
No, I'm sorry. 10 is a penny.
So 10 is a penny. Yeah. Okay.
Not my best subject.
I see. Well, 10 is a penny, right? So that means how much is a dollar? 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So 1,000 is a dollar.
No.
Right?
100 is a dollar.
Yeah, I'm just.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I thought. No, okay. Leaky is mixing me up over here. So 1,000 is a dollar. We'd at least need 100,000. So that's $100. Probably need a lot more than that. Anyway, it's not doable. It's not realistically not doable. From a logistics standpoint, I don't think. I'm trying something here. Don't freak out, Leaky. I know what I'm doing. I'm tearing apart this dune. But I think I've definitely got to smooth this out just a bit. It's a little too high. And this will give us some more bricks to work with, because we are seriously running low on bricks. Ugh. Man, if you guys have ever built Legos for an extended period of time, you know after a while pushing those bricks together just gets taxing on your fingers. Just gets like France income tax, am I right, guys? Shout out to anyone in France. Gets a little ridiculous. A little crazy. All these. If you can't see what I'm doing, let me just move all these bricks out of the way for you guys. We have connecting all these tiles together until we get some more groundwork built up. We have these connectors, and I keep trying to pull them apart. In fact, these ones can probably go at this point. These ones can be integrated into the mountain. A little more. That looks a little better. Yeah, we have these little ground pieces, and I keep trying to pull them up. And they won't come up because they're in the ground. And this is a little messed up because we have a mic stand over there. Don't worry, that doesn't always look like that. The panels are just a little flexed out right now. God, I hope we have enough of these to... This was honestly these Lego cups from the Lego store. If you have a Lego store around you, it's a good choice. Good option over Bricklink because, sure, the cost of the bricks can be pretty close sometimes. It actually can be more expensive to buy it from the Lego store just for the cost. But when you like take shipping into account, you really start to see the difference, right? Because obviously shipping is definitely a cost that you have to keep in mind. Leaky, do we have any normal bricks or not at all?
We have 2x2s.
Because I am trying to build a little bit of an extension to this mountain here.
We only have 2x2 bricks.
Oh, I meant colorful, like support.
Oh, support bricks.
Yeah, support bricks.
Leaky's on it.
Leaky's on the case, apparently. Never fear. Leaky Trooper is here.
2x4? Or just a whole?
Just a whole bucket. Yeah, this will work. Look at that, guys. Look at this. We are Legoed out over here at Low Bricks. We have got the goods. Any kids watching out here? I know it's kind of crazy to see all that Legos in one spot, but don't worry, one day you'll have it. Just keep bothering your mom every time you go to Walmart or Kroger. Or...
David Bedell just showed up. He's I think he's a filmmaker. Maybe you guys can ask him the Mandalorian question.
Is he, David Medell, are you a filmmaker? Do you, partake in filmmaking? If so, that's pretty cool. That's an interesting, definitely an interesting career. Very hard, very challenging, and I respect anyone in it because it is an uphill battle the whole way. He says, how's it going? It's going great. It's going pretty good.
Xanderland Studios.
It's going good. Over here, right now, if you just joined in, if you're wondering how it's going, we're just building up the mountains right now, and it's going along pretty good. If you missed it, we did this earlier. As you know, it's a lot more flat. You can see this is a lot more flat. This is a lot more smooth.
Xanderland Studios says he loves this mod so much.
Well, thank you, Xanderland. I appreciate that. I love you guys. I honestly thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it so much. It gives us the motivation to make these videos. If it wasn't, literally, and I'm not joking about this. I know it's very cliche, but if it wasn't for you guys showing up right now to these streams and watching our videos, we probably would not continue Low Bricks. Low Bricks would probably be... There's definitely been some times when it almost died out and people came in and watched the videos and definitely saved Low Bricks. So you guys literally watching this make it continue, and I appreciate that so much. And I hope you guys stick with us for as long as you please. If you guys, obviously, if you don't like it, you do not have to stay around, but if you do like it, I really appreciate it. I hope I'm making this as entertaining as possible, but right now I'm just trying to get this Dune finished, because it never was. It never was finished, surprisingly, and I am almost out of bricks. And we've only been live for, what, like 45 minutes now, I think? So we're definitely going to have to switch over to a different part of the MOC here in just a few. But don't worry, we will continue. But anyway, this is over by Moss Pelago. If you just joined in.
Xanderland is loving our the Krayt Dragon Bones.
The Krayt Dragon Bones, yeah. If you missed earlier, I was talking about how the way this sits, right? It sits in a very interesting spot, and as you can see, that Dune it's kind of smooth, but I want to make this side a little less chunky. But I gotta make sure that this stays put because it's very, very. It's in tune to how it was in the movie, and I honestly think that is the best build on the whole MOC. Probably by a fair margin. That's probably one of the best by a fair margin there. I don't know how about I'm gonna do this because I'm missing. I need. Should I do this or this? I need opinions. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. This is a 2x4 tile and a 4x4 tile. The 4x4 tile would put the 2x2 there, but the 2x2 would put it there. I think I'm going with the 2x2, but I want to get your guys' opinion on the matter. We got one of my favorite Lego sets of all time is in fact the third of my whole collection. What is your favorite Lego set of all time? Where do you go to order sets? I've been looking.
Plumb wants to know
on Amazon, but I feel it's overpriced. Where
can you buy sets from? Because on Amazon they're very expensive.
Okay, so if you're looking for super old, super collectible Lego sets, like
the original Star Wars Cloud City.
Like, let's say that's an extreme example. Let's say the original Lego Star Wars Cantina, or the original Lego Star Wars Cloud City set. The best place to find that is actually at conventions, because vendors at conventions will pretty much have anything. And I know what you're probably thinking, oh, a convention doesn't come to my town, or I'm in Europe where there is no conventions. And there is some over there, but they're not as frequent as we have them over here in the States. But if you're not, if you don't have conventions near you, conventions are by far the best place to find rare sets, because people are willing to not only sell them to you, but they're willing to do trades. So you can trade off your older sets that you don't want anymore, or you are looking to get rid of, for a new set that you might want, or you might have been wishing you had, or would have got a while back. But other than that, honestly, scouring eBay. And I have a little top tip for you guys. If you put if you put a bid or buy it now in your cart, and you leave it in there, like say you're gonna buy it, and you leave it in there, the buyer might give you a deal. But there's also, because they might send you an offer for cheaper because they want to offload it. But there's also some risk involved. So there is some risk involved with that. You might not get the set you're looking for because it might sell out. But if it's a good price, I'd buy it instantly. If it's a not so good price, leave it in your cart. Maybe send him an offer, and maybe wait for him to send you an offer. But other than that, there's not many places other than like older toy stores that might carry some sets and they don't know what it's worth. Garage sales, just stuff like that.
We have a new store in town called Bricks and Minifigs.
Honestly,
used Lego sets.
I feel like they're definitely overpriced. As much as I like them, they're definitely very overpriced. I know there's a store in, I think it's Austin, Texas. They're massive Lego store. It's all third party run, and they're pretty good about coming in and trading Lego sets and getting older stuff in stock, which is always interesting because stores like that is probably your best bet, but it all depends on your location, really. eBay's a good option, all that. What is he saying? I can't see the chat. Let's see.
Drew Parmer said Bricks and Minifigs is overpriced.
And
or mix, it's hit or miss.
And two of them in the 2,000-year sets.
Christian Plumb wants to know what's the store called.
The store? What, the Bricks and Minifigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Bricks and Minifigs. It's over here in the States. It's actually...
Christians from Texas.
Christians from Texas. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the store's called, actually. I think it's in Austin. It might not be. It also might be in Arizona. I can look it up for you.
I'm just looking for the Austin store.
The Austin store. I don't know. Look up, I forget. I saw it on YouTube earlier. Yeah, you can look it up. Leaky's on that. I forget the name of the store, but they're pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is.
Xanderland's favorite Lego set of all time is the Slave One 20th Anniversary Edition.
Oh, is it? We actually have one right here. You can't see it, though. Yeah, it's off screen. Every week, we actually have one. Yeah, that is a phenomenal set. It is absolutely fantastic. I forget the name of the store. I'm sorry. We're going to get back to you on that. But other than that, I can't really see the chat. I see a bunch of them popping up, but I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna pull out a chat so I can read them here. Pull out a device to read the chats on. All right, Xander says 2019 Slave 1 is a banger. It sure is. Actually, I have the box right here. I can show you what, if you're not familiar, what we're talking about. It's this guy right here. Absolutely phenomenal. Minifigure selection is great. Although Boba Fett doesn't have arm printing, which honestly I respect, because you can't really see it very well. I honestly respect it. I honestly respect it a lot because it does devalue some of the older minifigures from. I know there's the Skiff set from 2014 and all that.
Do you know what my favorite?
But
this is Leaky. Do you know what my favorite set was until Friday?
Poor Leaky.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, if you guys didn't watch the Mandalorian episode, well, just go watch it. Just go have a peek, and you'll see what happens to the good old Razocrest. But yeah, the Slave One is a absolute phenomenal set. Minifigures are great. I kind of wish that they gave you a Han Solo like frozen in carbonite.
They did.
No, they because in Jabba's palace set they gave you a separate Han Solo that's like wearing all the robes. I wish they included that, but that might have been
have a Han Solo that fits.
Yeah, that fits. He says, "Will you ever bring back battle packs? Will they ever bring back battle packs? Are you talking about like traditional battle packs, like these styles?" I think he's talking about the contrast. I know exactly what you're talking about. I have the Razocrest, but I didn't build it. Now I'm going to keep it in the box for collector value. That's a good idea. And Christian, I don't know. Were you talking about the difference between these two battle packs right here? Because this is, if you're more familiar, this is the more familiar $15 ones. And they recently moved up to this, a $30 one. And honestly, I'm not sure my opinion on the matter. Because, like, sure, $30 you get 2 more minifigures and a couple extra builds, but the whole idea behind a battle pack is to build your army. And I don't know how well that was executed with the 501st battle pack. I think if it was just a $15 set with the 4 clones and the speeder, that would be, or the AT-AT, that would be fantastic. But that is really close to one of their best-selling battle packs, other than the 501st battle pack, which is I think it was from 2009. It was the 4 clones, the 3 normal clones, a clone gunner. I think that's what it was in, and it came with an AT-AT.
Christian was
$15.
Because the 2021 announcements that were made, there were no battle packs with those announcements.
Oh, I see. I have thoughts.
The Mandalorian set is sort of a battle pack, but not really.
Anyone have thoughts on buildable figures? I have 11 of them so far, and that was XIII. We actually don't have any buildable figures. I never... Are you talking about, like, the brickheads? Oh, no, like the yeah. I think they're cool. I think they're definitely a niche sort of thing. They're not traditional Lego Star Wars for sure, but they're more of like a... kind of a collector's thing. Or, like, if you're looking for something to display, I think the buildable figures are a good thing. I also noticed Christian said that he has 15 501st battle packs. That is a lot. That is a lot. That is 60 501st troops. That is, I never was into the whole building the army thing. If they made, I know this sounds ridiculous. They already have this thing, the Tatooine battle pack. But honestly, something that would be very helpful for us, which they'll never make, let's be honest, is a Sand Trooper battle pack. Just 4 a Sand Trooper Commander and 3 normal Sand Troopers for $15. That would be fantastic.
You know what we're really missing?
That would be absolutely great.
You know what we're really missing, Assistant? We just haven't had enough of is Landspeeder sets. Can we get another?
Yeah, can we just get? Can you just like release 6 of those, please? Yeah, I have an older sets too that I'd like. Really? Yes, you're an army builder. But I'm gonna build my army. Oh, not brickheads. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. They're like they're kind of technic. They're like the Bionicles, the buildable figures, and the Bionicles. I don't know how I feel about those because they're kind of odd. I've ran out of tan bricks, guys. We are definitely in the end game of this stream. But I don't know how I feel about the buildable figures. They're kind of cool, but like they're definitely like a niche item for people that are looking to collect and build and.
So speaking of brick built versus molded, you guys know this guy, the Dewback. The Dewback is he's been in a few Cantina sets. He's in the new Ultimate Collector series. And I don't want to, at the end of our live streams, we want to do little sneak previews of what's coming. Because they haven't had a good Bantha. And in the Lego Star Wars games, they had a really cool molded Bantha. But they never made a really good Bantha. So the Battle Pack this year, of course, has this Bantha. But Assistant and I really don't like this Bantha. So we found on the internet, and we had to actually pay for the instructions, a new Bantha. I'm not going to give it away, but we're going to have an episode because if we're going to build the Sarlacc Pit Krayt Dragon area, we're going to need multiple Banthas. So this is coming soon. A little sneak peek of future low bricks, but we're going to need a whole bunch of Banthas.
Yeah, and jumping back to something else, Christian said that why do they have 3 brickheads coming out and no battle packs? And honestly, I think that's just kind of the direction they're going. Because battle packs, I don't know why, because I imagine the 501st one sold like phenomenally, but the battle pack, the brickheads, they're looking to get more like the Funko Pops kind of style, because those things sell crazy. They're trying to expand their market, maybe decrease some of the risk. So
Drew said the original Bantha looks like a Seeker nerd.
Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, I don't know why. I think that's kind of a poor move on their part, kind of disrespecting some of the older fans. But honestly, it's not. Also, what are your thoughts on the Imperial TIE Fighter 2018 and the new X-Wing? I think that's such a good idea. They decreased the price. They made them slightly smaller, but I think those are phenomenal. I think those are great.
About the old X-Wing and TIE Fighter.
I think those are still good.
Those were really good.
They're well detailed, but they're $80. They're expensive. So I don't know. I think I don't know.
The new ones are both in the $40 range, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think they looked bad. I saw the review of them.
And why did the new Mos Eisley sell out so fast? I've been waiting to get it back in stock for so long. Yeah, Christian, you're definitely going to have to go to the Lego store for that one. We cannot get one. Physically. We can't. So, we can't get one. And we have a Lego store close to us. So, I'm not sure how they're going to have to stabilize the stock, the inventory. It might be very challenging, and it's just the way how it goes with those super collectible items, because scalpers, I know it's a big issue in the consumer computer part world. Scalpers go online and just buy massive amounts of them and resell them on eBay, and that's honestly the biggest problem. They know it's worth money, they know it's desirable, so people will go through and buy all of them, and people just can't get a hold of them. I think Lego definitely is pumping out as much as they can, because I know our Lego store, our local one, gets 6 or 7 of them in stock every week. So, I mean, they are out there. You can get your hands on them, but it's very difficult. It's not easy. And then the last question of the stream I'm going to be answering, because it is 9 o'clock, and I'm sorry, we have to go. That is the end of our Low Bricks Live, but we are going to answer a few more questions here. Also, the exclusive Boba Fett and Return of the Jedi from the Desert Skiff Escape. Is that the buildable figures? Oh, no, that's the, from 2017. Yeah, honestly, I think that exclusive Boba Fett, I think they did very well with the Slave one. They still released a very nice Boba Fett. Very well detailed. We actually have him right here. I can show him to you. Very well detailed Boba Fett. He's got the helmet marks, all the good stuff, but he doesn't have arm printing, doesn't have as cool stuff. And I honestly think they paid respects to people that have that by not releasing the same Boba Fett. But they also kind of disappointed some people with not including arm printing. And I'm not exactly sure where I stand on that, because you get to this point where it's like you don't want to make older fans mad, but then you want to release new minifigs. But also Lego's like kind of weird, because they don't really they do things like not releasing battle packs and releasing the same thing every once in a while. But they look into the minute details, like not giving Boba Fett arm printing. So I think there's definitely some upper head, like higher board of directors management pushing like an agenda on the Lego company. And some of the older guys, some of the managers, some of the engineers there are really paying respects to the fans, and little things like that, like not giving the newer Boba Fett arm printing because they want to pay respect to the people that have it, not devalue it. So honestly, I think that's pretty cool. And I can't see doing a Brickmaster. The Lego really isn't family-oriented company.
Brickmaster, you should let me. Brickmaster earlier said, should do Lego sets made from adult movies like 50 Shades of Grey and Eyes Wide Shut. And me and Drew Palmer on the chat said, not exactly Lego's game.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know my opinions on that whole matter. But anyway, that's enough of reading the chat. We have to give you guys a final walk around and look around of what we actually did in this stream. So, we're going to take a look at right over here is our first area that has been fixed. As you can see, I smoothed it out and made it a lot better, and I think this looks like the wind blew up and put all the sand here and made it nice and smooth. And I honestly think that this is going to be the plan for the rest of the area, the sand from, I don't remember the name. The Dune Sea. That's going to be the rest of the plan for the rest of the Dune Sea. We also did some modifications slightly next to that. Right up front right here. We smoothed this out a little bit. And then over here, we smoothed this out as well. And I think this makes it just look a lot nicer. Because it looks like right here, like the sand blew through here and blew down all this and just kind of creates a better texture. And I think that's really what's going to set this area apart, is all this texturing. And I'm going to definitely have some more, like some bumps, and it's not just going to be flat. It's going to be all texture, and obviously we're going to have the Krayt Dragon over here. Krayt Dragon fight. But anyway, that's what we did today on this stream, and we will be back again on Sunday. But unfortunately, this is the end of Lowbricks Live Episode 2. I really appreciate all of you guys stopping by. It has been absolutely phenomenal. And I'll just make sure you guys check out our Wednesday videos. We post big mock day updates on Wednesday. Make sure you check out the Mandalorian review on Friday, which we only have got 2 of those left. But after that, we are going to launch, go back to the Lowbricks Assistant type videos, stuff like that. And then also check back here Monday if you like these live streams, you can, or check back Sunday if you like these live streams. We will live stream every Sunday, so check back here Sunday. And actually tomorrow we have an unboxing video coming out, and we're going to try to do that as many Mondays as possible. So hopefully that goes well and you guys like it. But anyway, we're trying to pump out as much content for you guys as possible. We're really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. And I really appreciate you guys stopping by. But that is the end of Lowbricks Live, and I'll see you guys in the next one.